The founder and CEO of the messaging app Telegram is expected to appear in a court in France in the coming hours. French media reports Pavel Durov was detained as part of an investigation into the lack of moderators on the platform and allegations that Telegram has been used for criminal activity. Stephen Feldstein is a senior fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, and he joins us now from Washington, DC. Stephen, firstly, can you tell us who is Pavel Durov?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me on. Pavel Durov is the founder and CEO of Telegram, which is a cloud-based messaging service that's used both for communication with different individuals, but also as a means more like a social network to communicate to large numbers of individuals on different topics.
What is he accused of here?
Yeah, so, it's still somewhat unclear exactly what the charges are. Indications we've heard from French media and other sources is that it has something to either do with the spread of illicit activity on Telegram and or content moderation that is not being properly used to control for different types of conversations or different types of communication that run against, French law.
And he's been arrested in France. He actually flew his private jet there. So, was he in any way expecting this arrest?
I think it's come as a surprise to everyone. I'm not sure that he had a heads up that this was something that he would have expected. Of interest, he actually is a dual national at the moment of both France and the UAE. So there is, I guess, a jurisdictional reason why France would be a particular country where there's interest in Pavel Durov. But this has come as a surprise, certainly to the larger community when it comes to this type of thing. He's certainly been someone who has faced controversy before. He's not someone who's, hasn't sort of faced these kind of questions about how Telegram operates. But for this to happen at this moment, Saturday evening, I think came as a very significant surprise for the community.
And what has been his reaction to his arrest?
Well, we haven't heard much other than, essentially Telegram posted a statement basically saying that there's nothing that he has to hide when it comes to his arrest and that this is something that in due course will be cleared up. But right now there has been very little information, specifically other than sort of strong pushback questioning why he would be arrested to begin with.
Stephen, Telegram says it has almost 1 billion users. Now, I know you touched on this a moment ago, but can you expand for us on why it is controversial?
Yeah, Telegram occupies sort of a complicated position in the ecosystem. So there are a lot of ways in which Telegram is criticized. For example, it is a place that different known terrorist groups, such as the Islamic State in the past and others, use it in which to communicate propaganda to their followers or to communicate more specifically to individuals to plan different types of operations. It's also a platform that can be used by different extremist groups, by criminal organizations to either peddle and propagate an illicit activity or to spread harmful messages. So that's sort of some of the criticisms. I do want to say, though, on the flip side, is that Telegram occupies a pretty important niche when it comes to actually allowing for criticism against authoritarian regimes, when it comes to being a place where you have unlikely conversations occurring. For example, understanding better some of the different operations unfolding in Ukraine. This is one place where you can actually hear viewpoints from both sides and see an interaction. So as much as there's criticism against the illicit side of what potentially takes place on Telegram, there also is, I think, a vital role it plays when it comes to allowing for the free flow of information.
And Elon Musk, the owner of X, has described Durov's arrest as a sign that freedom of speech in Europe is under attack. And Russian officials have accused the West of double standards. Now, is that a fair criticism? And what do you make of Elon Musk's weighing in on this?
Well, I'm not sure that we can jump to conclusions yet without actually understanding or knowing what the facts of the case are. I think certainly it is a concern that someone who, is a very prominent founder of a messaging app would be arrested under circumstances that are not yet known. And I would say that it's also unusual. I mean, when it comes to content moderation disputes, oftentimes these are things that happen more in civil court or things that where there might be a call for testimony, but not necessarily an arrest and incarceration. So this strikes me as unusual, but I don't actually know what the facts are at the moment. When it comes to Elon Musk and or the Russian response, I mean, certainly with Elon Musk, he runs another social media network, and he's someone who is known for his libertarian perspective. So it's not a surprise that he would come out publicly and state his concern when it comes to Durov's arrest. As for Russia, certainly I think they have a real interest in trying to poke at the West to the extent they can when it comes to values and claiming hypocrisy and so forth. So I don't take much of what the Russians say very seriously at all.
Stephen Feldstein, Senior Fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.